here's my thing, Texas fans. I know everyone is ready to break stuff over this loss to Georgia in the SEC championship game. Overtime was a gut wrencher. And there you can point to a lot of little things that make you want to punch somebody in the face. And here's the thing. Georgia is the standard. Georgia's the best team in college football the last 4 years. And Texas had them this close. Don't forget that. Don't be acting like they just beat Duke in football. Georgia's the team. Georgia came into this season ranked number 1. Texas was number 2. Guess what? They gave you a 1 versus 2 matchup in the SEC championship game. I don't know what was wrong with Sark. I don't know why he was so pissed off. I don't know what the hell was going on. But the bottom line is Texas had the ball with 2 minutes, 30 seconds left with a chance to go drive for the game-winning touchdown. And they kicked a field goal, got it into overtime, which I knew was bad news because Georgia was killing Texas in the red zone all night, and overtime is nothing but red zone. So, but here's the thing. Don't be burning down Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers threw for 358 yards. That was his best passing performance of the season. So he did enough to win. I know. There were a couple of interceptions there. I understand. But he did enough to win the game. This was not even the Arkansas game, where he only threw for 181 yards and he was up for it. And he was making some big time throws. Listen, Sark has got to get his head around. I think he believed with the changes that they made to the blocking scheme that were showing really good results against defenses not named Georgia, that they could take that running game in. No, Georgia's defense is all about penetration. They're going to stop the run on the way to the passer. They're going to destroy everything in front of them on the way to the passer. And teams that can penetrate destroy zone running schemes. Georgia can penetrate. Georgia's defense is legit. If you're trying to run between the tackles or if you're trying to run zone scheme, they love it when they know we don't have to account for the quarterback. Okay. And we just get upfield and we win our one-on-one matchups. Sark's got to expand even more. And it sounded to me, I read the quote earlier in the show. Maybe I should read it again.
Read it again.
This is the quote that gives me some belief that Sark's ready to incorporate a little bit more arch. He was asked about in the running game, in the red zone, maybe more. I don't know. But and I know Sark is sensitive about this. Don't be throwing Quinn Ewers under the bus. That dude threw for 358 yards. Made some great throws in that game. Okay, here's Sark. He was asked yesterday about, using arch, and he said, against Georgia, we've had to become a little one-dimensional, where we're relying a little too much on the passing game. So there may be some things there where arch can provide some things in the run game, which we did there at the start of overtime, and maybe should have gone to that a little earlier there in the second half to utilize him on first and second downs from a run game standpoint, end quote. Okay. That maybe needs to be a definitely. And then see if they can stop it. Get creative. Arch is a warrior. That stuff will make Georgia have to account for it. And look, it's crazy. It's crazy to me that that this could be another, they could see each other for a third time, and that the key to winning could involve Arch Manning, that there's so many layers to that onion, but because Quinn Ewers deserves all kinds of credit. He deserves all kinds of credit. Texas is 23-4 in the last 2 seasons. And 2 of those losses are to the standard program in college football. They set the standard. They won back-to-back national championships. They were 42-1, or no, 42-3 when Texas played. Yeah, 42-3, and all 3 losses were to Bama. In the 3 years leading up to that October 19th game, Georgia. Don't be acting like Texas just got beat by Illinois or something. So I'm just saying, Quinn Ewers, guy's been amazing. They've won 11 straight true road games with that dude. I know there are some passes. He's been hurt. He's not 100%. The oblique injury, the ankle injury, guys playing through it. Just accentuate what you love about this team, which is all those wins, this defense. You got so many players to love on this team, from Michael Taft to Makuba, Quintravian Wisner, and Matt Golden, Gunnar Helm. I mean, there's so much to like about this team. So don't be, driving off a cliff over this loss. It's a tough one, and it was winnable. It was winnable. But this is Georgia in Atlanta, and Texas was that close to winning the SEC championship. Look, Sark's going to have to figure it out, because he's going to have to go through Kirby to win these conference championships. There's no team like this in the Big 12. There's no one who can recruit defensive players like Kirby Smart. And the fact that Texas beat Kirby Smart for Justice Terry is huge. Let's hope Justice Terry is as impactful as Anthony Hill as a freshman, and for the 3 years, if he's that talented. That's so big. You pull Justice Terry out of Manchester, Georgia. That's wow. No wonder Kirby was so mad. So I'm just saying, this team has done everything you've asked of it this year. And everyone's like, oh, this offense sucks. No, Steve Sarkisian has been willing to play complementary football. As he was running the ball more and more in the final four games of the regular season, he was saying, you know what? We don't have to go throw it all over the place to score 40 or more. Let's eat clock. Let's play complementary football. Because earlier in the year, Texas was scoring a lot. They were scoring in 2 minutes. Now they're trying to hold the ball and drive it for 7-8 minutes. Easier said than done against Georgia, but against Florida, Arkansas, Kentucky, A&M, they did do that. I mean, they absolutely did it. I go back to that third quarter against A&M where Texas had the ball for 12 minutes. They still got outscored because they turned it over twice, but they had the ball for 12 minutes. A&M's defense was toast in the fourth quarter. So Texas doing a lot of things right. And I know people are mad at Bert Auburn. They're mad at special teams. They got that fake punt on us. Okay. It was overtime, and Texas was driving with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left with a chance to win the SEC championship. So everybody take a breath. This team still has stuff to do. And this is the best defense Texas has had since 1983. How many of you listening right now were alive in 1983? I was, but right. And guess what? Texas played Georgia for the national championship that year. I think it's time for a little, little history revisiting, except this time. And Texas, look, that game, Texas lost in the Cotton Bowl. How about going back to Atlanta and giving it to the old Bulldogs? But Sark's he's got to learn from these experiences, and he will. He'll be up all night. He'll be trying to figure it out. So let's get to the right call.
No, yo, I ain't gonna lie. This made me laugh. Y'all cold-blooded. Whoever made this visual on social media, which it's Quinn Ewers, and then underneath it's Dakota Prescott. Everybody comparing the two as guys who just can't perform in the big game. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, and I know how you feel about Dak Prescott.